I was originally going to hold off on doing this video until every single 23-man squad had been confirmed, but with all the major nations barring Germany having done theirs now, I've just decided to jump the gun and do it today. But this is just a quick warning that if Fernando Santos leaves Cristiano Ronaldo out of the Portugal squad, or Poland decide they're better off without Robert Lewandowski, this 7 is going to date pretty quickly. This 7 is based on the 7 best players left out, not the 7 most shocking snubs, and there is a difference. To clarify, players from countries who didn't qualify, or players who are injured and thus unavailable for selection, are not included. Here are our 7 best players snubbed for the 2018 World Cup. Alexandre Lacazette, France. Whilst I'm not convinced that France have the best starting 11 going into the 2018 World Cup, you could certainly make a case for their squad having the most depth. Anthony Martial and Kingsley Coman just missed out on this 7, but both have been in and out of their respective sides this season. In 7th place, we've gone for Arsenal forward Alexandre Lacazette, who has never really been a favourite in the French national team. The former Lyon man scored 17 goals in 38 games in his first season at the Emirates, but Didier Deschamps has selected Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann and former gunner Olivier Giroud as his central striking options. Javi Martinez, Spain. Javi Martinez is a player I must admit I've always found difficult to take to, but there's no denying his talents. He is what you might call a spoiler on a football pitch, rigidly defence-minded and renowned for his high work rate and ability to neutralise quality players by marking them out of the game. He made his name as a defensive midfielder with Athletic Bilbao, but has tended to play as a centre-back since joining Bayern Munich in 2012. You might have thought Spain would want that versatility on their plane to Russia, but they do have the likes of Sergio Ramos and Gerard Piqué at centre-back, as well as Sergio Busquets in holding midfield. Cesc Fabregas, Spain. The second Spanish player to make this 7, the likes of Hector Bellerin, Marcos Alonso, Alvaro Morata, Ander Herrera and Juan Mata all also made our shortlist without making the final 7, an extraordinary exhibit of Spain's quality in numbers. Given the anger expressed by some at Jack Wilshere and John Joe Shelby being left out of the England squad, imagine being in a position to leave out someone with the calibre of Cesc Fabregas. A world-class playmaker on his day, Fabregas has previously racked up 110 caps for Spain, but they have chosen the likes of Andres Iniesta, Thiago and David Silva in his place. Karim Benzema, France. The second and final Frenchman to make this 7, Karim Benzema is a player who comes in for an enormous amount of stick, and I probably will too for including him here. Personally, I find the flack he takes to be more than a little over the top. You could certainly make a case now that Real ought to be looking to replace him, but his services to the club have been excellent. 9 full seasons, 411 appearances, 191 goals, 15 trophies, 3 Champions Leagues and potentially a 4th this weekend. A composed and technically gifted footballer who is brilliant on the ball, Benzema has more assists than goals this season, which probably says a lot about his role at Real Madrid. Alex Sandro, Brazil. One omission from the 2018 World Cup squads which seems to have escaped a lot of people's attention is that of Alex Sandro. A quite brilliant attack-minded left-sided fullback who can actually defend, you could make a case for him having been the best left-back in Europe this season. Sadly for Sandro, his main rival for that title would probably be Marcelo, who also happens to be Brazilian. In fact, Brazil's wealth of talent at left-back is quite ridiculous. Manager Chiche has chosen to go with Marcelo and Filipe Luiz, leaving out not only Alex Sandro, but also Porto star Alex Telles, Wendell at Bayer Leverkusen, and more. Radja Nainggolan, Belgium. Of all the omissions in this 7, and in the entire tournament, Roberto Martinez's decision to leave Radja Nainggolan out of the Belgium squad is the one I find most bewildering. Presumably Martinez considers the Roma star to be a bad influence or potentially harmful to the dressing room, since on ability alone he'd walk into their starting 11, never mind their 23-man squad. Nainggolan is a robust, dynamic and industrious all-action central midfielder, and there are few better in that category in world football. Martinez didn't even name Nainggolan in his preliminary 28-man squad, but did include the likes of Leander Dendoncker, Marouane Fellaini and Adnan Januzaj, a decision which has prompted the Roma midfielder to retire from the international game. Mauro Icardi, Argentina. The best player to have been snubbed for the 2018 World Cup finals, in our opinion at least, is Inter Milan talisman Mauro Icardi. The controversial frontman hasn't always been the most popular man in Milan, but he is the main reason Inter will be playing Champions League football again next season. A really clever and composed centre-forward who is ruthless in front of goal, Icardi scored 29 goals in 34 Serie A games this season. It has to be said that for a decade at least now, Argentina have had an embarrassment of riches in their striking department. Their attack for the finals will boast Paulo Dybala, Sergio Aguero, Gonzalo Higuain and Lionel Messi, but one also might add that Icardi outscored all but Messi of those 4 this season. So that's it for our top 7, but there should be some honourable mentions in the video description below. Thanks for watching, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to HITC Sevens.